Hi, everybody. Anybody here? I can't see. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my computer. Welcome, everybody. Hey, JJ. I don't know who else is here. I don't know why my thing is being like this. Hey, hey, Therese. Hey, Becky. You're working, sort of. Can you hear me? I don't know why you guys can't hear me. Hold on. You can? Okay, Therese. Becky or JJ, it could be you. I can't hear myself, so I don't know why. Maybe it's because my speaker's down. Hold on. Can you hear me now, JJ? Really? JJ, you need to stop. Okay. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Don't do that. We're not doing that today. Don't mind the crap back there. I'm in the middle of doing laundry. I mean, you can tell I don't feel like it. I'm waiting to see whoever comes. I'm waiting for more people to come in before I start this. Because I feel like I'm lagging. I mean, if you want, I can move the clothes off the dresser. I don't want anybody getting any, feeling some kind of way. Because they can see my closet. They can see, you know what? Wait a minute. I'm going to turn my light off in my closet and take the clothes off my bed, be all for the, what you call it? No, it's the be all for the door is blocked by the TV. So it's kind of hard to shut it, Therese. I'm sacrificing space that I could use and to my well, Mrs. Coffee is supposed to be in here. I hope she comes. She's probably here lurking. You should be doing your wash. Mm-hmm. And why aren't you? Hey, this is laundry that should have been put away 3 days ago. Okay. You're lazy. Well, I can understand that. How are you, Becky? Are you working and driving? Therese, you've been smurfed, honey. Well, so do I. I like diamond painting and stitching more than I do doing laundry and doing housework. But you know what? After a while, you got to do both. Really? Yes, see? Come on in, trolls. Hey, go for it. Well, yeah, you said on you got done with your floor, JJ. I did my kitchen floor this morning, and that was just it was nasty. I just I'm kind of waiting for people to come in before more people to come in before I start this chat. I'm going to give people time to come in. It's only been 6 minutes. And I'm seriously considering moving the desktop out in the living room because this connection's stupid. Who needs pants anyhow? Well, Mrs. Coffee would agree with you, JJ. I get that. I get that. Wow. We have 11 people in here. Hi to those of you that came in, and welcome. I'm going to do something. My cube mate appreciates that I would. Oh. Hey, there you go. I can understand that, Therese. I think my kids appreciate that too. Oops, sorry. Okay, it's not me. It's my computer being stupid because I'm looking at my phone and looking at the live stream on my phone, and I look perfectly fine. So I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, I'm kind of waiting before I start, because I know some people messaged me, cross stitch friends from YouTube messaged me yesterday and told me they were coming in. So I'm kind of waiting, especially people that just subscribed that wanted to come in. So I'm kind of waiting for them to come in to see if they come in before I start making or start, because I mean, JJ and Therese and Becky already know most of everything. Well, Becky, you can just listen. And we'll, What? I'm on a live stream, son. Hi, Rajul. My knowledge is 10 years old, which comes to cross stitch. So much is well, there's a lot of stuff that's changed, Therese, but me, I'm one of these basic ones. I don't do all the specialty stitches, so yeah. I don't do all that specialty stitches stuff. Like, yeah, I tried that and it didn't get very far because I couldn't do it. Even when following the instructions, I couldn't do it. That's okay, Mrs. Coffee. You're here now. I'm just waiting see if anybody else comes in. Because I had several people message me yesterday on YouTube telling me they were coming. Oh, Oh, for your llama. Did you get it right this time? 23 years? Wow, Becky. Of course, I've been stitching for 30, so, and I stopped for a whole year, so I get it. You're gonna restart it? Why? Did you goofy? Do a goof up? Oh, that's not good. That you goofed it. Really, you're gonna give it to me in a coffee cup? Put it in a. You can't give me soda in a coffee mug. Seriously? Thank you. You can put that in the sink. I goofed up in a few spaces for some reason when I printed it was missing. Oh, yeah. You gotta make sure you print out the whole thing. Yeah. I need to get a printer so I can print out charts again.
I had to go to food market because I didn't have a penny.
What is it? Oh, okay.
Oh, 10. It's food wine. Brain.
She says, "Hi, Justin. Why ain't you in school?" It's just never mind. Oh, most of the class is at a field trip, and then, or no, excuse me, half the school is at a field trip. The other half,
You're just there.
they're just there, and they just look so thrilled to be there. So, yeah, he came home.
Even though I probably should have pulled up the room hungry.
Put my card up.
I already put your card up.
Oh, goodness. Was it a free pattern, Mrs. Coffee? I don't remember you telling me. I mean, I remember seeing the picture last night, but I don't remember if you told me it was a free pattern or not, that you, the llama. Exit out of Hulu. Oh, okay. All right, we're going to give it one more minute. Trying to get situated. Sorry. Again, don't mind the background. At this point, I really don't care. Next time, I'll just turn the computer a little differently so you guys don't have to see my messy closet and dresser. So are we all ready to learn? Okay, guys, welcome. This is a cross stitch live stream Q&A and tutorial, whatever. Any questions you guys can ask me? No, I didn't, Mrs. Coffee. I was going to, but I didn't get to this morning. I had to run and go pick him up. So any questions that you want to ask me about, cross stitch or whatever, please feel free to ask. I will answer to the best I can. And the tutorial thing I'll talk about in a little bit. How do you cross stitch? Oh, good Lord. Really? How do I cross stitch? Gosh, see, now this is why I should have brought fabric with me. Crap. Okay. Me, because I stitch with bigger projects, when I started to learn cross stitch, Mrs. Coffee, I was taught, let's see, I don't even have a smaller piece. I was taught, I don't use the no knot. I don't do no knot. Hold on, JJ. When I started, and I'll show you on this. This is just this. Don't mind this. This is just yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna try to show you the best I can. So bear with me, because this is a big hell piece of fabric. I didn't know there was a needle in here. The best way to start. Now, JJ, I don't know how big your piece is. So I'm going to tell you, if you're a beginner, the best way to start is to start in the center of your fabric. As you can see, I folded it up. Up here, after opening it up, is going to be your center. And if you're like me, like see right now, I can't tell where my center is. If you're like me, you'll take a pencil or something and mark, if I can find it. There it is. Or of course, I have my pen, so I have a pen. So just, yeah. You're going to mark the center of it. I don't know if you guys can see where it is. But where that mark is the center of your fabric. And you're going to start stitching from there. But when you look at like the pattern, and I can't show you pattern on here because of copyright issues. But when you start in your pattern, or when you're looking at the pattern, there are arrows on your pattern that lead you to show you which way to go. Like, all right, say this is the chart. I'm just going to use a blank piece of paper. Say this is your chart, okay? You're going to see arrows. Well, dang, I can't make an arrow today. What the? Sorry, I can't make an arrow. All right. You're going to possibly see arrows that look like on your chart, around the chart, that show you, that go down like this or go like this. No, I was trying to draw the arrow and it wouldn't work. What you're going to do is you're going to take your finger or needle or whatever. And what did I do with that needle? Oh, there it is. You're going to take it and you're going to and that's not going to work either. You're going to take it and you're going to go down until it merges with this. And there's your center. See what I mean, JJ? When your pattern kit comes in, I'll video call you in. And do you have, let me see. I ordered my pattern kit. It comes with the thread, fabric, and a needle. What other things do I need to get started? That's it, really. Do you have a hoop, JJ? Even if it's printed fabric? What do you mean printed fabric? You mean with the design printed on it? Well, if the design's printed on it, then no. You can start wherever. You can start wherever you want to if it's printed on there. That's called stamped cross stitch. It's not actual real counted cross stitch, if that's what you're telling me. There's a difference. Counted cross stitch is when you count. When you're counting how many, say for instance, let's see, you need to, oh, that's not good. And that doesn't work. Okay. You want to you need to like put 10 X's on your fabric. Okay. So there's 12 X's here. You're going to count 10 every time. When you do, that's fine, Karen. Welcome, honey. When you're stitching that, like this, okay? Yes, they do. You can take a highlighter like this, and you can cross off each time you do a stitch. Like that. See, JJ? I mean, and all cross stitchers will tell you, even Karen Buck will tell you, if you count, you can count as many times as you want to when you're stitching. Sometimes you can look, but you can count as many times as you want. Sometimes, like me, I'll miscount and still screw up somewhere. It doesn't matter how many times. There's been times that I've done like 5 and I still mess it up, even though I've highlighted it off and everything. Miscounted on the llama. That sucks. I'm sorry that happened, Mrs. Coffee. Girl, you should have called me when you messed up. I would have helped. Let's see, what else? What other question was there? Now me, because I've stitched for however long, I know Mrs. Coffee asked me how I stitch. This is an old pattern, and dang it, you were going to. Why didn't you? I started stitching. I stitched from the center out. When I started doing these big, huge patterns like, Heaven and Earth and Mystic Stitch, they give you a paper with a 10 by 10 grid on it. And it looks like, kind of like, I don't know if you guys can be able to see this. I'll try to get it as close as I can. You guys can see what I did. There's a 10 by 10 grid. You see the grid. I gridded my fabric beforehand, and which I intend to finish this one at some point. And when I'm looking at the page, this is basically the page of a chart. Okay. And you just start like up here, and it's upside down. But up here, I just started up here at the very first block and just went across. How do I grid it? Yes, I grid every project, Therese. I have to, because I'm so used to it now that if I don't, I'll lose count. And oh my gosh, you just don't know how many because I didn't grid or tried to not grid. Um, me, Becky, when I'm gridding a project, I don't want to show a chart. So I got so much flack for that from some of the groups on Facebook. A lot of people were messaging me, telling me, but you can take just a regular pencil and just grid the project like I did here, and just take the pencil and just grid it. But you got to count, because these are 10. This square is 10 across, 10 by 10, basically 100. Hey, Phyllis, basically 100 squares. And Becky's right. You can use a fabric pencil. They use at Michael's. They have those at Hobby Lobby and Walmart. But I don't use those because every time I use them, they go away on me. It just fades out. How are you, Phyllis? And you just got frustrated and just put it away. Then don't you, Karen? I know, not to use a regular pencil. I know. I know. I'll come up with something. If I have to find a different kind of pencil that doesn't wash out that quick, because that's one reason why I stopped using that pencil, was that pen, because it just kept fading out, and I got tired of, like, yeah. That's why I'm glad when they came up with the printed fabric, or when they came up with the ease account and the other chalk pencil. Huh? I didn't think of that. I'll have to remember that, Karen. Thank you. Okay, Therese. I didn't even know there was a thing as a chalk pencil. But okay, that works. I don't know if I could focus to do counting. I think it would be like me trying to read. I would stitch the same thing over and over. Well, if you can diamond paint, JJ, you can sure as heck do this. It's the same, kind of thing, sort of. Except you're just, you don't have to count on this, on that, but on that you do. Sweetie, don't get frustrated. Believe me, I have no patience either. And I mean, you guys know I have no patience. But when it comes to stitching and diamond painting, it's like I have all the patience in the world. Yeah, Kaya, diamond painting is more like stamped cross stitch. JJ. I mean, if I had, if I could, I'd show you a chart but I don't. I used to get frustrated if I couldn't see my progress, but after a while, you don't think you're getting that far, but because I do weekly updates in my cross stitch groups, and I can tell, even after a whole week, me feeling like I never make any progress, I can tell the difference when taking a picture at the end of the week, or even when I'm doing my floss tube video. Oh, what's wrong with her mouth, Mrs. Coffee? And it's also hard too, Phyllis, when you're like color blocking, like on the dark fabric like this. Oh, that's right. You did get braces, didn't you, Kaya? So I can see where you're coming from with that, Phyllis. Oh, I'm sorry, Kaya. Does your mouth feel better? A bow hinge. All right, I'm gonna write that down, Karen. Thank you, because I would have never thought of that. I should have asked you that earlier. Oh, mine. It's tender. Braces were tightened Monday. Bracket popped off Tuesday. And oh, what?
Can I use the tablet? Not that one, but the other one.
No, it's charging. What do you want to use it for?
I wanted to see something.
What?
I'm trying to like make an. I want to try and make. It's too hard.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna make a new intro and outro for my YouTube.
Oh, not right now. She's going in monthly for. Oh, okay.
I want pizza.
Go get my cross stitch, the one I'm working on. Karen, how's the Stitchers retreat coming? Really?
Why is everything over here so dusty?
Oh, cool. You finished another one last night? Well, that's cool. I saw the picture you posted on Facebook. That looks really, really good. I have that pattern too, but I gotta get the fabric to start it.
Everything over here is dusty.
Oh. Those of you that are new to my channel, this is my older son, Justin. Turn around and say hi. Of course, he's not going to show his face. He's not going to show his face.
This is dusty.
Okay, we'll just leave it alone. What are you trying to do?
I want a pizza.
Okay. Then clean it, Justin, Mrs. Coffee said.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
He is, but he's complaining that it's dusty. I think he's going to sneeze. Oh, goodness. Well, that's good. Almost that. Wow, dang. I know that when I looked, because I looked at the chart last night, really. I looked at the chart last night, Karen, because I couldn't remember, and there's a lot of confetti. You talk about confetti, there's a lot. I mean, it does have its moments of, solid color here and there. This is true. Now, this one, I don't know if you've ever heard of this one. The Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt. This is the one I started, or one of the ones this one's not so bad, Karen. It's got a lot of color blocking on it. There are a couple spots that are confetti ridden, but other than that, I don't really have much of an issue. How do you deal with confetti? The same way I would deal with it when I do diamond painting. Kaya, I just muddle through it. The best thing I can tell you is if you have a paper paper chart, like, and I'm going to cover the name of it up. But if you have a paper chart, you can mark it off every stitch that you've done. I can't show you that. Um, I don't want to get in trouble. No, there's not a certain way it has to be stitched. There's different ways that it can be stitched. You can stitch it however you feel like stitching it, Kaya. Some of the tips that I use, Therese, I have paper charts and I also have digital. And Justin, no. And I mark it off. Now, if I'm using a paper chart, I'll mark it off with a color pencil. I'll use a different color for every day. If I'm doing a digital chart, there's an app that I just found, thanks to Karen, because I would have never thought about this app. I used Goodreader for God knows how long. It's called Pattern Keeper, and it lets you just like take your stylus and mark off. Hi, Dixie. Mark off your, the certain color that you're working on. Say, for instance, you're working on 310. It'll let you mark off or search for that symbol. I have to do a tutorial on it, on how to use the digital or how to use the app. And how do I change colors? When I change colors, like, I'll do it here because no. Hold on, and I'll change colors. Well, I won't change colors, but I'll change thread.
I could have sworn you said my name.
I told you I wanted you to bring in my Samsung. You don't. Well, I used to use highlighters too, Dixie. It really doesn't. Changing colors, all you do, like, say for instance, if I was done with this color, I would just take it and bring it back. But me, I put fabric bold up here. I park. Thank you. And then I write the number on that pin instead of just leaving it hanging. I used to leave it hanging. It used to get me so darn confused. And that was another reason why I had so many issues with parking, because I would get confused and forget what color was where. Even when I put them in their separate like holes or whatever in this fabric to where they needed to be, I still would get confused. You kind of want to try a small counter cross stitch, but I just want basic stitches. Well, that's all I do is basic stitching, Kaya. That's all I do. I don't do specialty. A specialty can just go fly out the window because I've tried them and they suck. And they get frustrating. Not saying that I wouldn't do it for, like, an ornament or something, but I can't. I can't do them. And changing colors is easy. JJ, and I don't have a way to show you because I don't have one where I'm changing colors because I'm still on the same color. If I want to change the color, like I told you, I just hide the floss in the back. If I'm going to change the color, I said I'll park the thread that I have in the needle, and then I'll just start another color. I'm going to do a big tutorial on that later, JJ. It's going to be one of these lives. I can't do the complex stitches, Kaya. My mother tried to teach them to me when she started teaching me cross stitch, and I just, no. How do I kit up? I can show you this because it's not a chart. All right. You guys can see that is the floss list, or the symbol key. Yes, you log. And what I do is when I'm ready to start, it's kind of the same way you would diamond painting, except JJ, the stuff is already in that kit. Like, say for instance, like, but because I have a big and they're in my closet. I have this big like photo box that has the floss in it and in numerical order. And all I do is I go down this list and I'll pull out what I need for this project and then put it. And I have several Longa Burger baskets that I bought that I keep for my projects. And I put them, and I just have a project. I have one basket per project. So you have multiple, no, I don't have multiple needles. I can't do multiple needles. Well, the hoop is entirely your preference. If you want to do it in hand, which is this, instead of using a hoop method, JJ, you can do like just fold it up in your hand and just start stitching. Where you do need multiple needles. Okay. Why do you need multiple needles, Mrs. Coffee? Excuse me. Why would you need multiple needles? I don't understand that. Oh, okay, you need multiple needles. I'll deal with that. I can go with that. I don't like changing the thread. So now there is a gosh, what is it called? Karen, maybe you know. I can't remember what it's called. Good grief. I can't remember what it's called. If you want to use multiple needles and multiple threads. Oh, no, I do that. I unthread and rethread the floss when I'm changing colors, Kaya. I always do that. I'll have to show you one day. Yes, you have to rethread the needle every time you change a color. Therese! No, I'm just kidding. I know y'all, some of you may have forgotten this stuff. It's okay. I'm being funny. I'm being goofy. Yes, that's it. The Payco organizer. And I don't have a thing for it. You can find it on Amazon, Mrs. Coffee, where if you want to do multiple needles, you can find it on Amazon. It's called the Payco organizer. Thank you, Karen. I couldn't remember what it was called. I knew it was called, I knew what it was, but I just couldn't remember what it was called. I don't have one personally, but yes, Kaya, you have to unthread and rethread the floss every time. Okay. There are some needles in the kit, Phyllis, that are the best, but you can get needles. I forget what they're called. I think they're called John James, and which I don't have those anymore, but those are the best ones that you can get. And if you're going to start stitching, you need a 24 or a 28. Anywhere between 24 and 28. Excuse me. At least that's the size that I use. Yeah, bone, really? See, it's been a while, Karen, that when I just purchase, I just get needles at Michael's most of the time. But I'll remember that. Bohin needles. Okay. Two, Mrs. Coffee. Oh, I get that. Hey, I got for that when I picked up a pet project after uh not stitching for 2 years because I got so engrossed in crocheting that I totally forgot. And I remember that, Karen. Thank you, because I would have go run ahead and went with the same um needles I've always had. Thank you, Karen. 24 or 28 needles. Explain the 16, 18 count thing to me. What the heck? All right. It's how many stitches are on your fabric per inch. Like with this fabric, this is 22 count. You guys can't see it up close. This is 22 count. And when you're measuring it with your tape measure, you're going to measure each square. Larger the count, yeah, larger the count is the smallest, smaller the holes. I can't see anything above 25 count. I'm not, my eyes are to the point now I can't even. 25 count is on the border. That's as far as I can go without, killing myself or hurting my eyes. Anything else above that, you can forget it. I mean, I have fabric down in a tote under here under my desk that I can't see the holes because that's how bad it is. Yeah, it is micro tight. 25 count is a little bit smaller, Dixie. That's why I can't go any higher. Yeah, linen is hard. I've tried it and I can't. I'll stick with anything from 14 count all the way up to 25 count. No, I have bifocals down here in my glasses, Karen. I had to. I got last year. I couldn't see what I was doing with my cross stitch, and there was no way. It got hard to stitch without. I don't know why, Phyllis. You might want to refresh. I know. I saw that. I can straight. You can what, Phyllis? I mean, Dixie. You can't do. You can't stay straight on linen. Oh, I can't even. Never mind. It's hard. Even weave wasn't so bad when I could see it, but I don't know why, guys. The. I'm looking at it on my phone, and I'm steadily doing it. I know. I think it's my desktop, Karen. Next week is my laptop because I don't know what the deal is with my desktop. And see, Dixie, I like you. I can't. I've got linen. I've got linen and some other stuff down here that I can't see, and it's hard. It keeps cutting in and out, but it's okay now. Or increase your internet speed. I would if I could, Karen, but it's it's hard to explain. What's expensive? What's expensive, Dixie? The linen? Karen, the thing with the internet is because um my my kids get free lunch. I am um on limited income. I only get paid every month, and because my kids get free lunch, I can get uh internet through Xfinity for $10 a month, and it won't let me go any higher. They have it at a certain speed for some reason. You get what you pay for, basically. And not only that, when my kids are home, it's very, very hard to, go live and whatever. And I mean, like today, they're not, I have one child here, the others are gone, and he's not on the internet, but still, sometimes it's a pain in the, where. I mean, I'm trying to get, higher internet. It would be nice because there's time. I mean, my son has a gaming channel, so it's kind of hard when he's trying to do gaming and yeah, it's a pain. It's very, very hard because I have to do most of my stuff for my channel when they're not here. So that way, when they get home, I don't have to worry about it. It's a pain in a there, but yeah, hopefully my goal is after a year, I'm hoping that I can increase my speed, or even 6 months from now. Are we still good, Mrs. Coffee? Oh, it sucks. Whoopsie. Anybody have any more questions? Okay, I'm sorry. Next week is going to be on my laptop. Okay, Mrs. Coffee, do you have the link for that pattern you showed me last night? Um, Next week, I thought I would be a little different. I know a lot of people, there's not a lot of cross stitchers that go live, and there's not a lot of, tutorials that are a lot of cross stitchers that do live stream teaching classes. I guess that's what you want to call it. Um, Mind you, I am by no means an expert, but Mrs. Coffee and I were talking last night, and we came up, or actually, she came up with the idea. I'm going to give credit where it's due because I would have never thought of it. I would have never thought of it. Um, like a little, I want to say it's about maybe this big, but we picked a 2 seconds. Uh-oh. We picked a little pattern. It's a heart. And basically all you need is like, maybe a 3 by 3, 3 inches by 3 inches fabric. Yes, Karen, I'll give you a shout out. And we are going to do that. Also, those of you that like to cross stitch, there is Karen Needle, the Needle Bug Karen Bug is a cross stitcher. I just started watching her. I really like her. I love listening to her videos. And so yeah, that's a big shout out for her. The link that Mrs. Coffee just posted is the pattern. What I'm gonna do, needle, the and I will show you how to start it. And then, and I will help you start it. I will show you what to do, and we can start from there. How do you thread your needle? All right, Karen, don't laugh at me. I'm a licker. I see the needle, the eye of the needle. I would show you, but I don't have a needle sitting up here. He took my thing back. Mm. 14 count, Becky. Have I done paper cross stitch? What do you mean, Jen? Paper cross stitch? Karen, do you know what that is? I've never heard of it. And a magnifier helps if you need it, Becky. If you need to know the needles, they can ask you. Oh, perforated paper. They can. I know I've never done that, Jen. If you need help, Michael's will show you. They have the cross stitch needles. You have it. I don't have a little thingy of them. I need to excuse me, get some more. No, I've never done on crochet on perforated paper. Thank you, Mrs. Coffee. What Becky? Basically, you can get whatever count you want, whatever will let your eyes see. Me, I'm just going to pick whatever's in my little tote down here and pick one out and start it. I can't use needle threaders, Dixie. I've never tried it, but I can't. Showed what? She showed what, Becky? Needle threader? Yes, Therese. Thank you, Mrs. Coffee. Yes, Therese, you're going to have to pull your cross stitch out now. Well, Becky, she's one of the very first ones. You know that. She was one of the very first ones I ever started watching when I started watching YouTube 4 years ago. Well, between that and diamond painting, Therese, you should be pretty busy. I need someone to pay me to stay home and craft. I wish. You know what? I don't have somebody to do that. I just, oh, she showed her. Oh, wow. That's okay, Becky. I knew what you meant. And you put threader through eye and then hook on the needle and then pull. Oh, see, I've never tried Dixie. My mom never liked things. See, you got all the crafts going there, Therese. But no, when we start this tutorial next week, we're gonna move up once we get used to it and get the hang of it, and then I'll find something a little bit bigger, and then thank you, Mrs. Coffee, and then we'll show the progress. You can join my group. Mrs. Coffee just put it in there where you can show your progress. And after we finish one, once you get the hang of it and once you guys remember how to do it, then we can move up to, something a little bigger. Because there's plenty of, free charts that we can use. Oh, believe me. How do you start the needle in the fabric? Me personally, Becky, I used to knot my thread, but I got out of that, and now I just I'm trying to think. I don't have a way to show you. Wait a minute. Now I like on here. I'll show you on here. If I can. No, I can't. No, I can't. When you're starting it, most people knot them. I don't, just because it used to make a mess. So what basically darn it, that's that needle. I forgot there was a needle on there. Hold on, I'll show you. I'll take a piece of floss from here. And darn it, come on. Right, Therese? If you're well, is she? I know what she's. That's not what Becky's asking, Dixie. But yeah, I showed that part earlier. Um. All right. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. Again, don't pay attention to this part of the fabric because I already have something there. Like here, all right, I have this. There's my needle. Okay. And you're going to take it through the first hole. What I do, Becky, is I usually take my finger. I feel at least, there you go. You can't hear. See? and then I hold on to it until I finish. But see, when I see this is hanging down here at the back, okay, so, Becky, what I do is I just hold it and cross stitch over it, and that way it anchors it. There's a lot of people that do it a different way. Me personally, this is just how I do it because the knots got to be really, really a pain in the butt. And then, my mother kept telling me, don't knot your fat, don't knot your floss, don't put a knot at the end. This was after she taught me to put a knot um in it. So I stopped. I just don't. Nodding to me, I mean, that was because that's how I was taught. But then, when I got better at it, she told me to stop nodding it, and because it does something to the back, especially when you go to frame it. I guess is why she said that. I'm not really sure. Of course, I've never actually finished one because I'm still working on these big, huge pieces. But that's okay. Becky, I'll show you Saturday if you need extra help with that. He hasn't gotten into Mario yet. Oh, he'll love that. You're welcome. Oh, believe me, my kids love Mario too. I'm trying to hide that, Mrs. Coffee. I'm trying not to let little dude see that. Yeah, it makes your piece look lumpy when you frame it. Yeah, it does. That's why I stopped doing it. There you go, Becky. Or yeah, Becky. If you knot it, your piece looks very lumpy when it's especially like Christmas ornaments. I used to knot the thread in the Christmas ornaments, and I had to stop because it just made it look awful. And I used to get so upset because I couldn't figure out why, it was lumpy. Couldn't figure out why, it looked like that. And then finally, my mother's like, stop putting the knots in at the end of your floss because it's just making it worse. So that's what I did. I stopped because it just, I mean, there's different ways to start, the fabric or start, the cross stitch process, Becky. There's, I am lumpy. Why can't my pieces look? You know what? I'm not going to comment on that, Mrs. Coffee. I'm not going to say a word. Okay, Becky. You're a mess, woman. Oh, I don't know why your pieces look like you. I don't know. Or why can't they look like you? I don't know. How do you tie off the end of the thread color? I just stitch it on. I stitch back in the back. Like I'll show you on this one. I'm not done with this piece of floss, so yeah, I kind of didn't want to stop this, but oh Lord. All right. See, all right. This is that. This is, and I'm not going to pull this. I'm not going to bring this closer to you because I've got a big, huge chunk of fabric down here in my lap. But this is it here. Okay, Kaya. Do you see it? Okay. Now, what I usually do is I just take my needle with the floss on it and just run it under, you know, 4 or 5 stitches and then bring it up and then I'll cut it off. And it's got to be close to the piece, but don't get it too close because then it'll come undone. So I mean, there's a lot of different ways to tie it off and end the thread color, Kaya. I mean, but because I'm one of the ones that like to be basic, simple, plain, whatever. That's my way of doing it, and it's easy for me. I mean, I've learned that I've done that so many years now. It's just second habit. It just I don't know, Therese. I have like 4 cross stitch groups, Therese. Three cross stitch, 1 diamond painting. I thought you were. I thought you were. Add yourself, woman. Make sure you answer the questions, though, Therese. Okay. That works. Okay, Kaya. Feel better. Fergie tells me I love. Oh, Lord. You and what does that have to do with cross stitch, Mrs. Coffee? Woman, you're not right. You are not right in your mind. But we still love you. Goodness. Is there any more questions you guys have for me? I mean, I can answer anything you need to know, or try to anyway. If I can't, somebody else will. Or I will, find out and. Yeah. Not that I can think of at the moment. JJ, I'll explain it to you better when later on this week. I can do a video on my phone if you need me to. How much wood could cross stitch? What? Oh goodness, you're a mess today. Oh. Excuse me. Yes, you're a mess every day, woman. We know that. I just want you to know you had me so excited last night when I went to bed after I talked to you. Oops, what? I might have just been busted because I laughed out loud. Okay, oops. I'm sorry. Oops. Therese. Okay, well, let's see. Anybody have any more questions? If not, I'm going to end this and let everybody get back to their too much information. Oh, I'm sorry. And everybody get back to their face, their projects, diamond painting, cross stitch, whatever. Okay, well, if you need me, Mrs. Coffee, you can call me. But next week we will start, get all the materials together, and we will start that. Okay, Dixie, we will start the tutorial for the, and you're welcome. And I will help everybody get started, and we'll go from there. You're welcome, JJ. I get excited when I talk to myself. Believe me, you just don't know. Sometimes I answer myself. You needed this and more. Oh, you're welcome. And Therese, if you have any questions too, you can message me. If you can't remember something. And I want to thank everybody for coming. And next week we will start the first basically lesson. And I hope everyone has a great week. Okay, why am I buffering? Oh. Seriously? There we go. And I hope everyone has a great week. And thank everybody for coming. You're welcome. Okay, Karen. Thank you for coming, Karen. And you're welcome, Mrs. Coffee. If you need me, you know how to get up with me. You need a video chat, whatever. You need help. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And I do have Floss Tube videos, Karen, every week. So you're welcome, Jen. Next week I'll do it on my laptop because I don't know what the deal is with my computer. I have no clue. It's a brand new computer. I don't understand. Mental help too? No. Can I be a Gen B? Oh, who? Oh. Y'all ain't right. Okay, guys, thank you for coming, and I will see you all next week. I'm gonna do these every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern. Excuse me. So it will be next week at 1 o'clock. Until then, guys, have a great week. You too, Mrs. Coffee. You are a riot woman. We still love you. And thank you again, Karen, for coming. Come on.